everybody, welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Welcome back to an album in review. This is where we take an album and basically see what makes it tick. And it's my pleasure today to talk about, I think, a really underrated album. Didn't sell very well, and it was the end of an era for this band. I'm talking about the 1997 album by Queensryche called Here in the Now Frontier. That is Geoff Tate's signature from when we saw him earlier this year. You can look that episode up. That was great. So this album came out in early 1997. It was a follow-up to the Promised Land album, and unfortunately, this album did not sell. There were a lot of problems with the record label. The record company kind of went under as the band was on tour, but I think there are some really great songs in this album. Of course, there's some great Hugh Syme artwork here. And first single, Sign of the Times, probably the best known song from it. What I think is kind of neat about that song, it's a great song. When it fades out, you hear a little bit of violin. That violin is from David Ragsdale, formerly of Kansas. Well, he was a member at the time. This album is once again produced by Peter Collins. It's the fourth time that they worked with Peter Collins. This album does not sound anything like Operation Mindcrime or Empire. And it doesn't even sound like Promised Land, although it sounds probably the most like Promised Land. It's very stripped back. It's very dry sounding, but it's great. And it's got great song after great song. I mean, The Voice Inside, Some People Fly, You is one of my favorites on here. And it's also worth noting that this was the final album for Chris DeGarmo. I mean, who was like one of the main, creative minds in this band. This was Chris's last album. He actually takes a lead vocal on the song All I Want, and he proves that he's a perfectly good singer in his own right, which makes sense because he did all of those high harmony parts, assisting Geoff Tate. So the band looked like, it was the 90s, bands were trying to look a little bit more, the hair was shorter, and, that could be pretty much any type of band, but there are still some heavy songs on here, like Hit the Black, Anytime, Anywhere, Reach. It's great. I've always been a fan of this album from the time it came out. I picked it up brand new, and it was just really sad to see that it didn't catch on. It didn't even go gold because, Promised Land came out in '94 in the midst of grunge, and it still went, platinum, or it went platinum anyway, single platinum. But yeah, this is a really cool album, and I think that more fans need to go back and check this out or give this one another chance. It might have passed them by first time around. That's why I like to do these types of episodes. So, Queensryche, Here in the Now Frontier, EMI Records. Get it wherever you can find it and give it a listen. Thanks for watching an album in review.